Hello, it's Dr. Rhonda Johnson, and today is the 26th day of February, Black History Month 2023. And today I'm talking about race and health status. Now, I was asked a question on one of my social media platforms by one of my regular followers. Can you tell me why do Black folks always have a higher risk of getting sicker and worse diseases than white folks? So for the record, I want to say that Black folks do not always have a higher risk of getting sicker and worse diseases than white folks. For example, skin cancer is the most common cancer in the United States, but it's almost rare in blacks because melanin is protective. But what is true is that Black folks do have worse health outcomes in diseases that are heavily influenced by environmental and social factors, such as asthma, obesity, cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. Now, health starts in our homes, our schools, our workplaces, our neighborhoods, and our community. So all of these social and environmental factors do contribute to health. Now, the other thing I want to emphasize is that race, although it's talked about constantly and we live in a racially divided country, race is a social construct. It does not have biological meaning. There's just one race of human beings, the human race, and we as a species share 99.9% of our DNA with one another. The superficial differences such as skin color, the shape of our noses, the color of our eyes, the color and texture of our hair are determined by less than 1% of our genes. But what does this have to do with the health of African Americans in the United States? Well, I said race is not real biologically, but racism is real. And racism has damaged the health outcomes for African Americans through many different causal pathways for a very long time. Now, numerous reports, for example, have shown that one zip code correlates with life expectancy. Where you live directly affects your health in a number of ways, from exposure to air pollution and toxins such as lead in the homes, to accessibility of healthy foods, green spaces that promote physical activity, and medical care. You know, there's a hypothesis called the weathering hypothesis, which states that chronic exposure to social and economic disadvantage leads to accelerated declines and physical health outcomes and can partially explain racial disparities in a wide variety of health conditions. And then there's things like health harming experiences, such as repeated exposure to traumatic life events. That impacts your mental health, your physical health. For children, it impacts their learning, leads to lower educational attainment, which can contribute to pervasive and ongoing poverty. You know, then there's just the net result of all of this stress and high cortisol levels contributes to a higher rate of immune system dysfunction, chronic inflammation, vascular mechanisms get activated. You can have premature aging and poor health outcomes. Now, when you go through all of that and you still seek out the medical care system, too often there can be implicit bias in the healthcare encounter and prejudices that operate unconsciously. Then there's distrust. Many blacks have distrust in the medical care system because of longstanding medical experimentation and exploitation that dates back to slavery and Reconstruction and racist pseudoscience that deem black people inferior and white people superior. The bottom line, folks, is this situation is multifactorial, complicated, and the truth is I can't adequately go into all of this, all of the reasons in one short video, but I do think I have helped to answer the question. So take care and have a good rest of your day.